Here with the guys from the Speak Ya Clout Podcast. And we're here to do a long talk about the G-Unit episode. And I got Mike Sears up in here. What's good?
It's good, brother. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Tri-boro Gigolo up in here. What's up?
It's good.
And then we got Immobilarity 1. Was good?
Peace. What's the word, man?
Chilling. So yeah, we're here and we're gonna be running through some classic shit from G-Unit. The mixtapes they was putting out before the Get Rich or Die Trying album dropped. This was like the lead up to that album. 02 to 05 G-Unit run was like fucking wild. Crazy run that they had.
Absolutely.
One of my favorite groups ever. I fucking love 50, Banks, Yayo, Buck when they eventually added him into the group as well. He's featured on a couple tracks on these mixtapes. But Mike, what's your thoughts on G-Unit?
Man, I love G-Unit, bro. Like, I got into 50, like, in 99 when How to Rob came out. It was on the Into Deep soundtrack. And I just thought, this nigga is going at all these real street movies, man. They ain't going to take that lightly. And some of them didn't, you know? And you got a buzz from that. And then I had no internet. I wasn't keeping my ear to the streets like that because 50 was kind of underground. So at the shop I go to called Vibe, like in 2000, I got the bootleg copy of Power the Dollar. And that floored me. I'm like, oh, fuck, you know? So I didn't know the nigga even got shot around that time until, you know, one day I went into the store I began in like 2002 and I seen 50 Cent as the Future and I was like, oh, this nigga 50's back. Copped it and there you go. You know, I'm a big G-Unit fan, especially like the years you said, 02 to 05, flawless, bro.
Hell yeah. So dope. Try, what are your thoughts on G-Unit?
G-Unit, definitely. I feel like they changed the game in like the early 2000s with the mixtapes when mixtapes wasn't accessible like that. Back in the 90s you had like the DJ Kid Capri and SNS and Clue when he was with Bad Boy still before he went to rock, and that was like the only way of getting the mixtapes. Like somebody that knew somebody that was passing the tapes around or whatever. But I feel like when the mixtape scene happened, Unit was like they were like the pioneers. They were like right there. Everything fell into place. My first time I heard them was the How to Rob, and then 50 dropped Rowdy Rowdy. That was from the Blue Streak soundtrack, and I remember getting my homeboy had gave me the Power of the Dollar bootleg because it was like leaked or whatever. Listening to it, it was dope, and then being online, I remember the night that he got shot because they had it online that he got shot like 9 times or whatever, and he was still alive or whatever. And before then, the last time that happened, we all know what happened with Big and Pac. They didn't make it, so he managed to get through that and rehabilitate himself, and he came out with he got dropped from the label, and I remember I had the bootleg copy for Power the Dollar, but I gave it to my cousin. I didn't think nothing of it. I heard it was dope. I was like, yo, when the album come out, I'm gonna get it. But I gave it to my cousin, and then like we didn't hear from him. Then he got dropped, and then like he came back with the automatic Gunfire mixtape and the Guess Who's Back mixtape, and I got it, and it was dope, and that's when it all started. Like that buzz, that wave that he had, propelled him to like a megastar, and like he and G-Unit really like set things off for the mixtapes. I feel like, what I'm saying, because they after them it was like everybody else jumped on that wave. Like Weezy, like later in like 05, 06, he came out and he blew up over here. Dipset, D Block, everybody followed after them. You know what I'm saying? Like even the artists from like the 2010s, Mac Miller, first artist to go multi-platinum off of a mixtape, and Drake and J. Cole, Kendrick. I feel like G Unit was like they're the ones that really started that whole mixtape scene, and I've been a fan of theirs ever since. Like all of their mixtapes,
Hell yeah. Yeah, they really did fucking jumpstart that mixtape scene.
Yeah.
Like they were dropping them so frequent. Even when they continued with that G Unit radio series, they put out like fucking like 24 volumes of that or some shit, and that shit was dropping like at least once a month.
Right.
Hard to keep up.
Yeah, man. I got a bunch of them, but not all of them. What about you, Steven?
Yeah, for me, I'm gonna start how I got into 50. My introduction to 50 was late. It was actually back in 2000 when he got shot. I was in 8th grade at the time, and they were like, I remember when this girl in class, she had the newspaper, the Daily News. It's like, oh shit, yo, 50, he got shot. And at the time, 50 was only known for How to Rob and stuff like that. I'm like, who's 50 Cent? Who the fuck is 50 Cent? And then, I started doing my research, and then the first song I heard from him was actually Life on the Line. And I was like, yo, this is kind of dope. And the highly anticipation for Power of the Dollar, it was supposed to come out, but everybody knows he got shot. And where he's from in Queens, if you guys seen the movie Belly, the scene where Nas went to go see the little shorty in Rochdale Projects, that 50 he didn't live too far from there. So I'm like 10 minutes away from that area from where 50's from. So anyways, so that kind of hit close to home. So it was like, oh shit. And fast forward to 2002, my boy, he had like a bootleg copy of 50 Cent's The Future. And when I heard that, man, I was like, yo, that's that nigga 50 that got shot back in 2000. I was like, and then like I noticed like his voice changed. It was because he got shot, and it was something about him that was intriguing. It just like it made me a fan. You could hear the pain, the anger, the hunger in his voice, and that's how I became a fan. And then that's how I got into I got introduced to like Lloyd Banks and Tony Yayo, and then eventually Buck later on when they got big, and then became eventually, and then that's pretty much how I got into it. And the way Chris broke it down is so true, because you didn't really have too many cats like having their own mixtapes. It'd be one thing like you would have like an MC like DMX or Jay-Z on like a cool tape, but to have their own mixtape, it's you never heard anything like that before. So, and for them, they kind of like one of the pioneers to do that, and then you got to give them credit for that, because the way they took the mixtape game on Storm, it was unbelievable. It's like some of the best shit is on the mixtapes, better than some of the albums, personally.
I agree with that. Absolutely. A lot of classic material on the mixtapes.
Mm-hmm.
So much dope shit they put out. I miss going to the fucking mixtape spot, copping all those mixtapes, looking for them,
Hell yeah.
Those
So
are not
dope.
now, man. Everybody have fucking iTunes and Spotify.
Right.
But it's just like you said, like the fun is just going to find the actual physical copy. I still that to this day. We all do when it comes to fun these and shit,
Yeah, man.
So,
The hunt is the best part.
yes, sir.
Only downside, they were made so shitty.
Yeah. Some of those mixtapes they made were like the shit would just wear off, and you could see through the fucking CD.
Yeah.
Shit was so bad, and then you wouldn't even be able to rip it to your computer. You'd be like, God damn.
It's all static too, my nigga. The audio was all static.
Right, yeah. And sometimes you get CDs and there would be nothing on the shit.
Yeah.
Yup.
You'd be like, what the fuck?
Oh, bum ass bootleg niggas don't know how to do shit.
Right.
African niggas, bro.
Yep. The only time I ever got burnt was hitting up the flea markets and shit for mixtapes.
Yeah.
Get burnt like a motherfucker at the flea market. But let's start out with 50 Cent is the Future. This mixtape right here. You got 50 Banks, Yayo on the cover, the classic blue cover, rocking the fucking jerseys. Everybody was rocking jerseys back then. I was bumping. I haven't heard this in a minute, and I was bumping it the other day, and I forgot how bad the fucking quality was on this. But there's some of my favorite G Unit cuts on here. G Unit, That's What's Up. That shit is so hard. Bad News, again, I love that track. I think that's probably one of my favorite verses from Yayo, where he's just running through all the steps, hunting down your fucking enemy, you know. Make sure you leave the driveway clean, like the crime scene clean, rather. Shit is so hard. Love that shit. And then another really dope track on here, A Little Bit of Everything with UTP.
Yeah.
It's the first appearance of Young Buck. And I don't know if it's Wacko or Skip on here. And then you got Juvie on here, but that shit's really dope too. And then you can't forget the Banks workout.
Yeah.
Banks was like the fucking punchline king on these mixtapes.
Oh yeah.
So fucking fire. And he would just rap his ass off nonstop for like 2-3 minutes at a time. So dope. Even though this mixtape, the quality wise isn't all there, it's still classic shit on here. I fucking absolutely love this shit. But yeah, my favorite tracks on here: G Unit, That's What's Up, Bad News, A Little Bit of Everything, the Banks workout, even the Bump That. Shit is hard. Mike, your thoughts?
Man, this is definitely dope. Like Roan said, the quality is horrific, you know, but it's dope, man. Like that Bump That Street mix. Havoc, no, is that Havoc or Alchemist? Yes, Havoc.
It's Havoc.
Yeah, on the Mob Free Agents, it's on there, and they rhymed over it. Love that shit. The Banks workouts fire. Unit Soldiers, Ride Out. That shit is so hard. Got Me a Bottle. I love that shit. What else I like on here? My favorite is Bad News though.
Yeah.
Banks caught body. Nigga said, "I ain't a wrestler, but up with your bitch in a Boston crab." Well, come on, man.
So hard.
Bitches walking around with hair that the horses had. Like, come on, man.
Right.
I love Surrounded by Hoes. That's dope as hell. You know, dope ass tape, man. Definitely one of their best. Love it, man.
Yeah,
Love the
man.
cover, too.
Yeah, man. The covers for all these mixtapes, the original covers, so fucking dope. It's like classic shit. When you see it, it just brings you back to 02, and you're like,
Yeah.
it just, you see it, you just hear the music, and you feel that feeling back from 02. Chris, your thoughts? 50 Cent's The Future.
I think it was a dope mixtape. You know, I like the way that 50 and the whole unit could like freestyle over like R&B tracks. You know, the hottest R&B tracks at that time. You know, they were rhyming over that Rounded by Whole joint. The John L and was it Method Man from How High, the How High soundtrack.
Yep.
Love that joint. You know, Got Me a Bottle, the R&B track from RL. That was fire. G Unit, That's What's Up. That's my favorite one. But when they were rhyming over that Wu-Tang beat from Iron Flag.
Yes.
Banks killed that. Like when he said I dump a whole clip in your man's braids, pussies like Nelly. He made it cool to rock to wear band-aids. So that was
Yo, that line is so fucking hard. I love that shit.
Crazy shit. You Should Be Here, the Raphael Sadiq and D'Angelo track, that was dope. Bad News, the whole mixtape was just good. Like they were just killing every beat, every hot track that was out of during the 2000s. And I definitely feel like that was like one of their classic mixtapes, in my opinion.
Absolutely. Yeah, that line, I'll dump a whole clip in your man braids. Pussies love Nelly. Yeah. He made it look cool to wear band-aids. That shit is funny as hell because Nelly's so whack. He's so whack.
Never liked him.
He's so whack, and he's rocking that stupid fucking band-aid on his face. Yeah. Mad funny. And that's a perfect example of the shit Lloyd Banks was on at the time.
Right.
Steven, your thoughts?
Yeah, man. Like I said, man, when I first heard it, I was in awe. Like this, like Chris said, man, like the way they would rap over R&B instrumentals and made it gangster, like that's dope. I think that's phenomenal. The Banks workout, Lloyd Banks and 50. I think obviously Banks killed that shit. Bump that, that joint was dope. G Unit Soldiers with the losing weight sample instrumental, love that. 50 killed that. The Clue 50 joint, that was pretty dope. Cutmaster C shit, I love that. 50 slash Banks, that was dope too. And Bad News, man, I love. And the Gina, that's what's up. Rapping over the Wu Tang beat, but yeah, Bad News definitely that jazzy swing beat. The way they freak that shit is so dope, man. Unheard of, man. I love that. No, can't go no wrong with this shit. Definitely brought me back to my high school days.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, that's good point you guys bring up of them rapping over the R&B shit and just spitting straight gangster shit over it.
Yep.
Really dope. Nobody was doing that shit. All right, let's get to the next tape. No Mercy, No Fear. This cover is hard as a mother. Just the cover alone. You got G Unit spelled out in fucking guns.
Yeah.
You got all three of them on the cover, white t-shirts, posing with guns and shit. Probably my second favorite mixtape that we're talking about tonight. One of my favorite Banks verses ever on here, on the Soldier track, the rapping over the Eminem beat.
Yeah.
He said, "Look, Cream Puff, you can get killed here. You ain't invincible. Even Superman in a wheelchair." That shit. That line right there is like so hard. Like, don't fuck with us.
Hard as fuck.
The fat bitch shit. That shit is hilarious. We got, looking at the track list here, another G Unit UTP track on here. Really dope. I fuck with UTP. I love Juvenile. I think Juvenile's mad underrated.
I agree.
And him on here, really dope. You got Banks Victory on here. Like, this dude, Banks was that dude on these mixtapes. Like, just going the fuck in. Really dope shit. But yeah, my favorite song on here is that Soldier track, rapping over the Eminem beat. Lloyd Banks just goes the fuck in on it. Mike, what's your thoughts?
This is my second favorite tape out of the three we're talking about today. This shit is incredible, man. That Banks Victory shit, that shit is hard. Soldier, love that. After my cheddar, when I get on the LL Cool J, Love You Better shit.
Oh yeah.
That shit's hilarious. He's singing and shit. He's like, bitch, don't say I can't sing, bitch. I'm Luther Vandross in the shower, bitch. I love that shit. Say What You Say, that's another banger. Wankster's on here. Everyone knows Wankster.
Yep.
Unit Soldier and the Banks Victory is a standout for me though, mostly. And they get on the EMS, that's on the Talib Kweli and High Tech beat, The Blast. Love that shit.
Fire.
Great tape.
Yeah, man.
Love that shit.
Chris, your thoughts? No Mercy, No Fear.
Another classic mixtape. When that was like the first time they put Wankster like out, like they had the video for it finally, because like the radio stations they were playing it, and like that was everybody knew the song, but we didn't see like his face, we didn't see like the video. So that was like the first time they put Wankster on like a mixtape, and then like he put out the video, and everybody went crazy, and after my cheddar, I love that's like the only song I like from that LL album, that 10 album when he had Love You Better. That's like the only song I like from that album. But like 50 killed it. I felt like 50 could have been on the remix or whatever. But that was dope. Fat Bitch, the De La joint. Love that track. I like with the way he was like singing the chorus, and Elementary. That was dope. The Victory freestyle by Banks. I think he killed it. Yayo did his thing. Just another great mixtape by them, and we definitely was like supporting them hard over here and just bumping everything they were coming out with. So I felt like at this point, like 50 and Junior, they could do no wrong.
Hell yeah. And we're gonna be saying that for all these tapes tonight, like
Right.
just classic shit. Like, and it's crazy because like they kind of just came out of nowhere with this shit, and they're just putting out classic material like this.
Yep.
Super dope shit. Steven, your thoughts?
Yeah, another classic mixtape, man. Yeah, I mean, you got joints like Elementary. I thought it was dope. Backseat, I love that shit. And I don't care what nobody says. I know people we crack on Tony Yayo, but Yayo around this time though, he was hot, man. I don't care what nobody says.
Yeah.
He was dope. His best of Yayo mixtape he dropped, I think like 04, 03, 04 was fire.
Yep.
Soldier, that was dope. EMS, Funk Flex, Woo Kid. You know what I mean? What's another dope joint right there? After My Cheddar, you know that joint. He rocked over the L Cool J joint. That shit is dope. I love it. No complaints about this joint right here.
Yeah. Yayo. We've talked about it before on y'all show, but Yayo was so dope on these mixtapes, and then he put out that Thoughts of a Predicate Felon, and that shit was just doo-doo.
Yeah.
Like, it was such a disappointment because everything leading up to it was fire. Everything he was doing.
Yeah.
So it was dumb long too. It was like what 23, 24 tracks or some shit like that.
Yeah, it was 23, 24 tracks too fucking long. But yeah, he was on fire during this era though, and killing it. Yayo was that dude. Up next, we got, this is my favorite mixtape we'll be talking about tonight, God's Plan. This is the whack fucking cover I got. This is the retail. They got Young Buck on here, even though Young Buck wasn't even in the fucking group yet. But this mixtape right here, fucking fire. You're Not Ready. You Say You Not Ready. That shit's so hard.
Yeah.
Love that shit. We got another Banks workout on here. Really dope. 187 Yayo. This is a perfect example of Yayo being on fire, rapping over that deep cover shit, killing it. What else is on here? Mind Playing Tricks, another dope track. Yayo spitting dope ass story, talking about 50 getting shot up and shit.
Yep.
We got the track with Biggie and 50. I fucking love that song. So dope. The chorus on that shit. I've said before, I'm not a huge fan of Biggie. I know it's like taboo to say or whatever, but I love that track right there. You got the Work It remix with Missy, which is nah.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know why it was on this mixtape. Like they could have just left that shit off. But just so many good songs on this, and the sound quality on this one's much better than the other ones. The only one that really sounds bad is 50 Cent is The Future. But this one right here, this one's my favorite. I could bump this one all day. Just classic shit on here. Mike.
It's my favorite tape unit. It's probably my favorite unit tape, period, yo. When it comes to like the three of them, you know?
Yeah.
Man, Catch Me in the Hood, You're Not Ready, like you said. They get on the Snoop Dogg and Eastside shit, the Gangs It Up, they kill that.
Love that.
If Dead Man Can Talk, that's a dope solo 50 track, yo. That shit hard. Banks Workout 2. 187 Yayo, I love that. Niggas with Big. I hate made up Big shit though. I like real collaborations.
Right.
Work It. Why the fuck is that on here, you know? Short Stay's dope, man. I love that shit. Yeah, I used to play this shit a lot. And this is when, you know, them niggas were like, you know, they're already on Shady. And the Get Rich buzz was starting to come, you know?
Right.
Because Get Rich came out a couple of months after that.
Yeah, this mixtape, this one was definitely the one that I spin the most out of all of them.
Same.
Even back then when they were first dropped, when they were all dropping, this one was like you said, the hype for Get Rich was so fucking big. Chris, your thoughts?
I think it was a good mixtape. Definitely G'd up. I remember I had gotten like the Clue mixtapes. They were bumping. They were playing that joint. And you know when the East Siders dropped, when they came out with that first album, like yeah, that was a big album over here in New York. And I love that joint. 187 Yayo, Short Stay, love that beat. The Tainted beat, this Slim Village joint, that was dope. I didn't mind the Work It remix because I've always liked Missy. I didn't, it was cool to hear like 50 collaborate. We'll do like a remix for that because that was a big song as well when Missy dropped that joint. And I thought again another all around good mixtape. And they were building their movement. You know what I'm saying? And everybody was bumping them at that time. So all those mixtapes once they came out, everybody grabbed them up. They were sold out everywhere. It's a solid mixtape.
Yeah, man. I could see why the Missy remix was on here. Like you said, it was such a fucking big song at the time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's easy to skip a fucking track, but I definitely skipped that one.
Fucking ear pollution to me. God, bye, nigga.
Oh shit. Steven, your thoughts? God's Plan.
Yeah, God's Plan, dope mixtape. Not my favorite, but I do like it though. I like joints like You're Not Ready, when he raps over the Truth beat by Beanie, classic joint right there. Gangsta Up, I love that joint, love that beat, man. That's why if you guys follow me on Instagram, I actually posted that the original song by Eastsiders on my story, man. Just listening to this mixtape today, I was like, yo, I had to pump that. So that was dope. Bank's Workout Part 2, love that joint. Mind Playing Tricks, that was dope. Tainted, that was dope. Overall dope joint. I see why he tried to do that, with the Missy Work It remix, trying to gain like more like but from their fans, like her fans, if that makes sense. I see why he did that, but I didn't really care for it, but it is what it is. I just don't listen to it at all. So, but overall dope mixtape. Not my favorite, but I like it. I fucks with it.
Yeah, super solid mixtape. Love that God's Plan. Just really dope shit. That Eastsiders joint. I was telling Mike earlier, I just finally got that on hard copy again. I haven't had it in so long. That should go hard too.
Oh yeah.
But all right. On to the last tape here. This isn't the original cover. I don't know what they were doing with this retail version, but this is the automatic Gunfire.
Whew.
This shit hard. They start out the mixtape with Bang Bang, talking mad shit to Ja Rule, that Stuart Little looking motherfucker. And then they just go back and forth on that track. That beat is so dope. The back and forth on that track, love that shit. Was this the first time that I Smell Pussy was on a tape?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That shit's hard too. Love that beat. I smell pussy. Is that you, Irv? Love that. I loved all the shit talking to Ja Rule, Murder Inc. Shit was mad funny. You had the skits on here. Dude screaming like the Cookie Monster and shit. It was mad funny. And then you got the G Unit anthem. That shit was hard as fuck.
Oof.
Hard as hell. Bitches Ain't Shit. In the Hood. 8 More Miles. Dope as fuck. I love that. And I'm trying to remember the other song on here. Yeah, I can't remember which one it was. But yeah, all around solid fucking mixtape. They were going super hard on this. Did this one drop after Get Rich came out? Do you guys remember?
Like right after.
Right after?
He got the MTV award in his hand.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And I remember Bang Bang wasn't out when Get Rich came out, so
yeah, that's right.
A little after.
Yeah, because the original cover is the three of them, and 50 got the MTV award in his hand.
Yeah.
Yep. Mike, your thoughts?
Fucking love it. That's probably the most grimiest one.
It is.
Shit, it's probably my second favorite though. I might have to push No Mercy No Fear a little bit over. I don't know because I love that one so much. That bang bang, man. And as far as pussy, I've been through more walls than asbestos. Like, come on, man. All
Yeah.
three of them going back and forth on that shit. The Junior anthem. Oh man, I play that so much. The Junior in the house, what nigga, what? That shit
Yeah.
is hard. The whole shit. I like the whole tape. I haven't listened to it yesterday because I got it downloaded on my iTunes, but I didn't put it on my iPod. I gotta put that on my iPod. That shit is hard, yo. Love
Yeah,
that tape.
Yeah, that shit really is on some grimy shit. Like,
Hell yeah.
I feel like this was like when the Ja Rule beef was really like picking up steam and shit,
Yeah.
and they were just going super fucking hard.
Ja Rule's greatest hits. That shit's hilarious.
Yeah, that's the skits. Ja Rule. You got the guy screaming and shit. Mad funny. Chris, your thoughts on Automatic Gunfire?
This is my favorite one out of all of them. Like, this is at the time, like when 50 had just came out with Get Rich, and I was doing like street team promotion for Murder Inc. at the time, so it was kind of weird because it was like I'm promoting for the very same person that Ja Rule can't stand. You know, like promoting for Rule 336 and the first Ashanti album, the Murder Inc. Compilations. So while I'm promoting for Murder Inc., I'm listening to G Unit and hearing 50 go at him and call out Earth Gotti and call out Cadillac Ty and Black Child on I Smoke Pussy. That was like a big thing on all the radio stations and mixtapes. And then like when he comes out with when he had a bitches ain't the bitches ain't shit on track and they killed it. Banks killed it. I love his lines where he says I hear this every day. Banks don't treat me like the next bitch. And by the way, how many other girls you having sex with? Look, we like the Neptunes, just different teams. We both move around with Clips and they split 16s. Fire. Clips was big at the time as well. And doing my own thing when they were freestyling over the Groove Theory beat for Tell Me. That was fire. I always loved that track from Groove Theory. In the hood as well. I remember actually going to the store because I think it was after Get What You Die Trying came out, and he had put out that new Breed DVD, and it was like with the DVD and the CD.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
And he had In the Hood on here and with the chick Brooklyn. And round here was just as great. They actually had a live performance on the DVD that they did at the AOL back when we had AOL. And that whole mixtape was just and I feel like like slowly like Ja Rule was big at that time, but when 50 came out and he had that huge wave with him, like the whole East Coast and New York City was with him. I feel like slowly you started to see like Ja Rule's fans declining, and people started thinking twice like about like when 50 came on One of Park. And he's telling Free and AJ like, yo, like I don't fuck with Ja because that he's supposed to be hip hop, but he do R&B shit, he sing R&B. And then like people was really like changing their mind. They were like, yo.
Oh shit! Did we lose him?
Yeah, he was going in too.
Thunderstorm or something.
Yeah, he was.
Fuck.
God damn it! All right. If he comes back, we'll let him finish. But Steven, your thoughts? Automatic Gunfire.
Yo, my favorite one, man, out of the series, man. Like Mike said, very grimy, gritty. He was really going in on Ja Rule, you know what I mean? The I Smell Pussy joint. The duet skit when he was singing over the Nickelback song. You remind me, holla, like that shit had to be rolling, man. Round here, I love that joint because that beat is actually from the Rakim song that he did for 8 Mile, but I feel like they did it better. It was their song. The G Unit anthem, that was pretty dope. I love that. Shoot 'em Up with Sean Paul, that was pretty dope. You Remind Me of My Bitch, If You Want. Fuck it, the whole mixtape is dope, man. Just that cover itself, man. The one with 50 holding the the MTV logo, fucking dope. I love it, man. Just so gritty. You know what I'm saying? It's like it felt like an album. You know, it didn't even feel like a mixtape. It could be like a straight street album. That's how
Right.
it was. You know.
Absolutely. Really dope. Like, I felt like 50 and G Unit were bringing that grimy shit back.
Oh yeah.
Like, we had X doing grimy shit, but like these dudes were like taking it to another level. You know what I mean? Because Ja Rule was popping at the time, but he was doing that love song shit. 50 was doing it too, kinda, but the street shit that they were doing was just so hard.
Oh yeah, that's their downfall is love songs.
Yeah.
It's not like one good G-Unit love song I can fucking think of. To me, anyway.
Yeah. It was I didn't care for Beg for Mercy like that.
I fucking adore that album.
I love Beg for Mercy, but yeah, there's a couple whack tracks on there, like the one with who is it, Joe?
I want to get to know you. Yeah, fuck that song.
Yeah,
Right.
that Smile joint. God, oh, so
Yep.
cringy.
Yep. All right, Chris is back.
But there's some really
My bad.
shit on there.
It's all
Yo,
good.
I just had to say a bar
Oh, yeah.
from Banks. I'll
Yeah.
put a G on your fit like the Negro League. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, you were going the fuck in, Chris, on your review over here. So you want to finish it up?
I was just saying like 50. He started to slowly like sways people's opinion on Ja Rule and Murder Inc. Because it was like even though Ja Rule was like a but like when he came out and like publicly going on these different shows and making diss songs about them, it was like I seen people like sway away from Ja Rule. Like they stopped listening to him, you know what I'm saying? And they stopped fucking with everything that was Murder Inc. So like he basically was like he had the whole East Coast in the palm of his hands, you know what I'm saying? And you know, I think that's what took down Ja Rule in the end. It was like, you know, that wave that 50 had, it was just too big for him. You know what I'm saying? And he was outselling everybody, even Jay. Like Jay wasn't really relevant at that time. You know what I'm saying? And you know, 50 was that nigga, and so was G Unit, and they did a lot for the whole mixtape culture for hip hop. You know what I'm saying? They definitely, in my opinion, I think they definitely are legends.
Absolutely. I mean, you got to think about all the classic mixtapes that have come out since then.
Right.
You know, they spearheaded this shit, and them going in on Ja Rule is some of the funniest shit ever. He's like, what was it on Back Down? He said, "You never gonna sell Mitsubishi a crack child." Like that shit is hard.
The niggas there just sucked and no good.
Right. Like, and he's right. He was right though, in my opinion.
Now I'm kind of a Black Child fan. The nigga go hard.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wish he dropped an album though, man.
Yeah, he never did. The nigga is ugly as a motherfucker though.
He was the one on the Beef DVDs, right?
Yeah. Yo,
He's
so
not-
the lights go out. I stop poking niggas.
Yeah. That shit was funny.
Kind of like Power. He was supposed to drop an album. That Power City Anthem was big in New York, man.
Yeah, he's dope too.
Never came out with an album. Like, what the fuck? Crazy.
But the G-Unit era was big. Jay even told niggas. Jay told Dame, he's like, yo, they're coming. 50's coming. He told him that, you know?
Yep.
Yeah, and he had Eminem and Dr. Dre behind him too. Eminem,
Oh, yeah.
you know, still to this day, one of the biggest rappers in the fucking world. But at that time,
Yeah.
I mean, shit, he put out Marshall Mathers LP, and that shit sold like what 7 million first week or something stupid.
Yes, sir.
So you got the biggest rapper in the world behind you. You got the arguably the best producer in Dr. Dre behind you.
Yeah.
There was no way 50 and G Unit could lose in that situation. And they were putting out all this classic material for, you know, basically for free. You know, you go to the mixtape spot, you buy 3 mixtapes for like $10.
Yep.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So you're basically getting the shit for mad cheap. They're just putting it out there. Great way to build a buzz. They changed the fucking game with the mixtapes. People had no choice but to put out the mixtapes.
Yeah.
So dope. Love that whole love the whole G Unit era from these mixtapes, and like even before that with Power of the Dollar, I went back finally probably like 5 or 6 years ago and went and listened to that album. And I'm like, God damn, this dude had a classic
Yeah.
and they never released that shit. Like that shit was hard. Trackmasters killed the production on there.
I'm a Trackmasters fan.
You ain't gangsta. That shit. Oof.
I fucking love that track.
What? You accustomed, you fake fraudulent motherfucker.
Yeah.
Shit hard.
And his flow was so different too.
Yup.
Before he got shot.
And he was lyrical as fuck on that. I don't care what nobody says.
I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Even after that, 50 can rap.
Yeah.
Okay.
He can rap. He's in my personal top 10.
I ain't mad at that. Like the nigga said on Bang Bang, it's like a swift kick, like a kung fu legend. Man, this thing is nasty.
Like 50 is so nice with it. So nice with it. Mad underrated. Like as a lyricist, I think, in my opinion.
I agree. And my favorite album from his is Before I Self Destruct. I love that album. I just love how dark it is and gritty. I love that.
Yeah, hell yeah. I just got it. I just got that album, that and Curtis, about a month ago. And it was my first time listening to it. And I was like, man, I can't believe I slept on these albums.
Yeah,
Both of them. Curtis is good. I like Before I Self Destruct a lot, better. There's too much pussy shit on Curtis. But
I agree.
Before I Self Destruct, that shit is hard as fuck.
Curtis got
Really
Curtis
dope
187. Though that shit is stupid hard.
Yeah. Curtis has its bangers too, without a doubt.
Man Down, Fully Loaded.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You got the G Unit Radio mixtapes. We were talking about that before we went on air too. And that's where we got the Game introduction as well. He appeared on All Eyes on Me. I think it was volume 4. That's one of my favorite G Unit mixtapes as well. I fucking love that shit. It's a lot of laid back shit, but it's still hard. The shit they're spitting on there is hard as fuck.
That was it.
And even when Young Buck joined the group, we heard him on a couple of these tracks on here with UTP when he was rolling with Juvie. But then he joined the group full time. What's
Buck
that?
is nice as fuck. Buck is nice as fuck, yo.
He really is. Where do y'all rank Straight Outta Cashville among like the G Unit solo album releases?
So underrated.
I'm in the minority, but I like the documentary the best.
Better than Get Rich?
Yup, Get Rich is my second, and then I got Straight Outta Cashville.
God damn.
Yeah.
This documentary is hard as a motherfucker too.
Yeah, that shit just hit me a different way, brother. When that shit came out, man.
Yeah, man. That Straight Outta Cashville shit, he was going the fuck in on that album.
There's no pussy shit on there. There's no bitch songs at all. So they want to why, but that's hard too.
Yeah,
it is. Yeah, Lil Jon produced that, right?
Yeah, that shit is fire.
Or he was in the video or some shit. I can't remember. But yeah, that shit's hard as fuck. Get Rich is a classic. Hunger for More.
Love that.
I love all the G Unit shit, man. From 02 to 05, minus Thoughts of a Predicate Felon.
Yeah.
Everything else they put out in that time period was fucking fire.
Yeah, I love the Hunger for More.
Yeah, man. Playboy.
Yeah.
Work match with Buck.
That
My
shit's
nigga.
hard.
That was dope.
The track with Game. Love that shit when the chips fall.
Yeah.
That shit's hard as fuck.
Yeah. Love that.
Yep. Yeah, man. I fucking, like I said, G-Unit, one of my favorite groups, like 02 when these mixtapes were dropping, this is when I was really starting to get into hip hop, doing my digging and get into like the more underground shit. Like you had to look for these tapes. You weren't finding these tapes in stores.
Yeah.
Not everybody knew about them, but if you were a real head looking for the shit, you knew about it.
Absolutely.
Shit was dope as fuck. Love G Unit. But yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap this bitch up. I appreciate y'all hopping on here with me. I've been on y'all show a bunch of times, and it's about time I fucking get y'all guys on here. I love shooting the shit with all you guys. Y'all the
Yes, sir.
shit for real. I got mad love for you guys. I appreciate having me on your show all the time. And I fucking appreciate y'all hopping on here with this G Unit episode. We've been talking about doing this for a minute. So if y'all want to plug y'all social medias and shit, do it up.
Yeah, thanks for having us on, brother. You know,
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
follow me on Mike Sears _ Speak Ya Clout on Instagram. Twitter is supervillain85. I'm barely on that shit now, but I try to, be on that. And catch us on the Speak Ya Clout Podcast. There's no set date for that. It drops randomly, niggas. So,
And it's always fire.
thank you, brother.
Absolutely. Yeah, you guys always have dope discussions. Chris?
So follow me on Instagram, Tri-boro _. Yeah.
Yeah. Steven, how about you?
Hey, I have a YouTube channel. You can follow me youtube.com/immobility1 with the number 1. I do YouTube videos as far as like album reviews, CD collections. I did a CD collection today, so check that out. CD collection part 117. I do beat videos. I have an Instagram. You can follow my Instagram.com/QNZ184. I'm there, so hit me up, please. No weird shit. If you're official, add me. I had too much of that, so
There are a lot of fucking
Mike
weirdos
knows
out there.
what I'm talking about, man. So
Yeah, man. I understand completely too. I get hit up with weirdos and I'm like, hey, the block button. Goodbye, dude. Like, fuck out of here. I ain't here for that weirdo shit.
Yeah, please.
All right. I appreciate y'all hopping on with me. And to everybody that's tuning in, until next time, I'm out. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.